Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a video real quick regarding my add-ons, just because I get a lot of questions regarding what I use. I'll go through the list real quick and I'll kind of explain which one and what it does for both just like general SOD stuff and then also what I use for PvP, PvE, duels, all that good stuff. So starting off, Atlas Loot. This is pretty basic add-on. Everyone uses it. Atlas Loot allows you to see the loot that can drop from the raid and see what kind of upgrades you can get. There's also an extension you can get using CurseForge that'll show you the BFD loot. So if you haven't gotten that already, make sure you guys grab that. But yeah, first add-on is Atlas Loot. Pretty straightforward. I think every phase they'll probably make it so that you can see, like, you know, the Gnomeron gear, the Scarlet Monastery gear, Karazhan scripts, crypts, all that good stuff. So that'll be updated frequently. The next one is Auctionator. Auctionator, just a basic auction house add-on. I think a lot of people use TSM, but I feel like this is just like the most noob-friendly auction house add-on ever. So go with the Auctionator. Okay, so Character Stats Classics. That's actually a really good add-on that I like to use. It allows you to see your stats that you wouldn't normally be able to see. So like, for example, for spell, I'm able to see my exact plus shadow damage or my overall spell power, and then my overall plus healing. Hit rating as well, mana regeneration, melee, same thingy. You can see your hit rating, your crit chance, attack speed, all that good stuff. That is Character Stats Classic. Amazing add-on. Definitely should grab that. The next add-on I use, this is more so for PvP, but I think it might help with PvE as well. But Classic Order Durations, I highly recommend using. It allows you to see buffs on your enemy targets. So when you're in the open world, sometimes without this add-on, you're not able to see buffs. But yeah, Classic Order Durations, I use that. Details, obviously just basic as details, damage meter add-on. Lric Maps, this is a fantastic map add-on you can use, where it literally just shows you the entire zone of an area, even if you have not explored. So very good for just a general map add-on to see where you're going and whatnot. Let me cast. So this let me cast is actually really cool. Is that sometimes in Classic, when you're on your mount, guys, you're not able to cast a spell unless you're off your mount. So what this add-on allows you to do is, obviously I can't show you how to mount right now, but what it allows you to do is when you're mounted and you're like, you know, you're targeting a mob, it'll dismount you and then cast a dot on the mob without having to cancel your mount and then cast a dot. So let me cast is very nice. LFG Bulletin Board. This helps a lot with pugging or filling groups. So as you can see here, LFG Bulletin Board, it just shows you can filter it how you want to as well. By filtering it, you can cross off, like, you know, if you don't want to see RFC, you can cross off RFC. If you don't want to see certain things, you don't have to see certain things. But a very good add-on to kind of filter trade chat, filter LFG to see, oh hey, listen, this guy's looking for a druid. Message him, right? You send him a message and you try to enter the party. So looking for tank, boom, right? Very easy. Very good add-on. Highly recommend it, especially if you don't have a whole lot of friends to play with. Minimap button. This is a big add-on that people ask me about. As you can see here, guys, my entire minimap is super clean. And what this add-on does is all these mini-ass buttons that would normally be around your minimap into just one spot. So like, I can go here, I can click on Nova Instance Tracker, right? Atlas Loot, right? Bulletin Board, Plater, all that good stuff. Nova Instance Tracker. So this is pretty important for when you are like spamming dungeons. It also actually kind of nice to see like how much honor you get to from like BGs and stuff, but it tells you how much your trade history, which is pretty nice, so you can see your trade history. Not only that, but it also tracks your lockouts. So let's say you've done 5 dungeons in a row, it'll tell you the next time the next available dungeon is. So that'll help with power leveling. That'll help with just, you know, farming a specific item in a dungeon. You're trying to go for a certain loot. You know, ideally it's five dungeons per 1 hour, like 12.5 minutes per hour is the pace that people usually go, so they can never get locked out. But this is the add-on that they use if you're getting boosted, or if you're boosting. This helps with that, tracks the gold and tells you lockouts. Next add-on I have is Nova World Buffs. This is actually a pretty important add-on as well. It'll tell you the layer you're on. So in World of Warcraft, you have certain layers that you play on, and it's especially very important on Classic, because if there's an elite mob in front of me, or if there's an elite I'm trying to go for, and I'm on layer 3 and he's not there, I can go to Nova World Buffs, control left click, and I could be like, oh hey, Garf's on layer 2. Let me message Garf in game, right? Message Garf in game and be like, invite to layer 2 please, and then I'll swap to his layer. So that by doing that, you just control left click and you can see any of your guildies and what kind of layer they are on, and you could maybe get swapped to that layer. Oh, and also it tells you when world buffs are coming down. So that's very nice too. Omnibar, this is a PvP add-on. You can maybe set it for PvE stuff too, but I mainly use this for PvP. What it does is just tracks certain things. So it's a very popular add-on. Test. As you can see, you kind of filter it how you want to, but whatever spells you want to add on it, you check here. You can also go into like Wowhead and add in custom spells as well, like this that I did. And this is very important for PvP because you're able to just see when someone has an interrupt up, if they have a charge up. You know, there's certain things that you want to track. This is a fantastic add-on to track those things. There's also a couple cool things you can do with it as well, like tracking trinkets and stuff. If you really want to go like crazy, for the Makara tournament, I was able to track the blacksmithing trinket that made them immune to fear. I was able to track Title Charm. I was able to track Clutch of Foresight. So I was actually able to track this one. So I was able to see what people would use this on me. Kind of crazy add-on. Next add-on I use is pler. This is my number one asked question, or number one asked question regarding add-ons is, what is your nameplate add-on? So as you can see here, I have a custom pler that I use for every version of WoW that shows really good debuffs above their nameplates, and timing of it, sizing of it, all of it is really good. I'll actually include the profile down below in the link if you guys are interested, but pler is the add-on I use, and in order to use my profile, I'll have to provide you guys the link so you can do that. Questy is an add-on that I use for obviously just questing. It shows you certain quests on the map that you might be missing or that you might have missed, or like where you should go next. I find this especially helpful if you pair it up with my other questing add-on, which is Rested XP. This is the guide that I use with RXP. I'm sure you guys have seen this everywhere, but it'll just tell you what to do, steps, all that stuff. And when you pair it up with Questy, RXP, for example, will tell you the number, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so it'll tell you the steps, but then also if you pair it up with Questy, you can see like, oh, hey, step 3 tells you to step Ashen Field Outrunners. Ashen Outrunners is right here, so you're able to pick it up. Very, very, very good questing setup that I use. The next add-on that I use is called TacoTip. This is very minor, guys. This is like, you don't really need to use this. I would recommend just using Character Stats Classic, but if anyone here cares to see what their gear score is and their item level, this shows you exactly what that is, and it shows you party members and everyone else's as well. So for example, I'm at 343. This Warlock is at 263, as you can see at the bottom right of my screen. Useful in that sense, but it doesn't, you can always inspect and be like, hey, I mean, this guy's rocking this, right? It also shows on their character pane as well. Next add-on I use, Vendor Price. Actually a really good add-on for Classic. There's a lot of items in Classic, guys, that you can just sell for raw silver. It's like when you're questing, when you're farming, when you're just doing whatever, and your bags get full, right? You'd be like, oh my god, my bags are full. Okay, this item here is only worth 16 copper to the vendor. Let's delete that, make a bag space. I don't want to delete this item here because it's worth 75. So it's useful in that case where like you don't accidentally just delete an item that might have been worth a decent chunk by just selling it for raw gold, silver, copper, any of that stuff. So very useful add-on for that stuff. And the very last add-on I use is called What's Training. This is actually very helpful add-on as well, especially when phases get unlocked. 25 to 40, guys, we're gonna be leveling every 2 levels, right? 26, 28, 30. We will get new abilities. And what this add-on allows you to do is it shows you when you're able to get a certain ability. So level 26, at the next level, I'm able to get Life Type rank 3, Searing Pain rank 2, Detect Invis, Curse of Tongues. Now, let's say I reach level 28. Just hypothetically, at 28, I'm only able to get Banish and then Create Fire Lesser, Create Firestone. If I'm still questing, if I'm in the open world, if I'm just like staying busy, I might not want to go to town and train my spells. You know what I mean? I might want to go to town and train my spells at level 30 instead, because I look at this and be like, oh, I mean, 28 doesn't really give you a whole lot of good stuff. So maybe I would want to go to 30 and train then, and then 30 to 34. So it's really good in that case where you can track that stuff. And yeah, that's about it for my add-ons. I might add some more as we get higher levels and stuff, but that is the gist of it.